Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Review. So let me say this on a channel update for you guys. I will be going to the beach all of next week. So the earliest you'll ever get anything on this channel is Saturday evening. Please, while I'm gone, check out some of my more least viewed videos. Help me get these videos up on my channel here, folks. So I just got out of seeing Andre Overdahl's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. This is produced by Guillermo del Toro, who happens to co-story this thing. Andre Overdahl, the man who directed The Autopsy of Jane Doe, which I happen to really like. And here's the thing, I read the novels way back when, and okay, they're a good read, and I think this being the highlight of 80s and 90s, they turned out the books banned. I think also, I had one teacher at the end of class several times, he would play the audio versions of these books. Really scary stories, but they are also 2 or 3 pages long. This film runs an hour and 40 minutes, plus whatever previews you're going to get for this. Now here's the thing, I also happen to love the Goosebumps books, and I always thought to myself the Goosebumps books were right for adaptation. And what do you know, basically they made 2 films out of them. The first one was reasonably good, the second one was VOD's crapola. So basically it said 1968 because why 1968? Because Richard Nixon is getting elected and the Vietnam War is going on, and because Stranger Things took up the 80s as well as the remake of it. We have 3 friends here, Stella, Augie, and Chuck, who are lifelong best friends. And oh yes, a new kid shows up, Ramon, who happens to run the ER of a local bully played by Austin Abrams. Local police chief, I guess. And Stella's mother left years ago, which I guess that's a formation of one backstory. And her father is played by Dean Norris, is painfully unattentive. Or he does the best he can. And oh yes, we come to realize that this town has a history involving a woman named Sarah whose family was rich and owned a lumber mill, and what do you know, she was accused of murdering children as she hanged herself right after being accused. One day, after being chased by a couple of bullies, they go to that one house and discover, oh yeah, scary stories to tell in the dark. And what do you know, after reading them, several of them come to life. Including the red spot about a girl who has spiders coming out of her cheek. Scarecrow comes to life. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I mean, that was also done, Are You Afraid of the Dark, and that was also going to be planned to make into a film. Unfortunately, Paramount decided not to do that. We then get a couple of CGI creatures that aren't all that really interesting. I mean, okay, maybe one is out of Mexican folklore, maybe. Someone eats a toe. Okay, that may work in I Want My Toe Back. More or less bored. And I never thought I would say that about a horror film. Maybe my tastes have changed over the years, so that horror films really have to go somewhere special to get a real rise out of me. And the very notion of, oh yes, let's adapt books from almost this time period and transport them into the 60s. Okay, that's kind of neat. And amazingly enough, this is one of my more anticipated films coming out of August. I mean, the era is Where'd You Go, Bernadette. Generic scares, generic jump scares, generic everything. Oh yes, a haunted house, a haunted spirit. Really? Is that where we need to go? And here, for me here, folks, the books that really stood out for me as when I was a kid were Goosebumps books. I absolutely liked the TV show that they adapted. If they adapted Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, it'd be an anthology series. And folks, what I'm going to say about Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, I'm going to give this a Netflix ranking because I think there are some ones that are effective, but it's not enough. So folks, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, have you seen this? What did you think? Please put everything in the comment box below here, folks. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, enrich yourself with knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes, hooray.